All right, this video I'm very excited for. What are the things that you should have before you hire a web design agency to do your website? Ultimately, this is an extremely good question because we get held up on website projects because people don't have these items. And I think that this is super valuable here. So we work with a lot of new companies, of course. We work with startups from time to time. We work with companies that are relatively new, and a lot of times we end up waiting on things from them. And it ultimately ends up slowing down the process. And when you slow down the process, we're not doing our best work. And ultimately, it's not a great experience for anyone. So by having these things in place, I believe there's 4 things here. There might be 5. Yeah, there's 4 things here. Ultimately, if you have these, you're gonna have a lot better of an experience. You're gonna have a better website. So let's go into it. So the very first thing that you probably want to have is a brand kit, a logo, the correct fonts to use, basically like a media kit. What should your logo look like? What should your fonts look like? What do you guys use in marketing materials? Ultimately, that's very important. Otherwise, that makes our design process a lot harder. Every now and then we have a client, they're like, oh, we don't have a logo. It's like, okay, what colors do you use? Oh, we don't have that either. Ultimately, then we're kind of in this weird position where our job is not necessarily branding. We're actually a web design and web development studio, but then we kind of have to make up some branding along the way. That's never fun for anyone. So preferably have your logo, have your brand kit ready to go. Number 2 is your services. There's actually a lot of companies that we work with where they don't even have their services ready. They don't even know what they're offering to the marketplace. Ultimately, if we know what your services are, we can better cater to that on your website. We can better call out calls to action, and ultimately we can have better content on your website. So make sure you have your services. That's just something that I feel like doesn't need to be explained, but I'm explaining it because we've had multiple clients this year not even know what their services are. Number 3, though, is your URL or your domain name. This one isn't as big of a deal, but it is important. You know, if you're brand new and you don't have a website, make sure that you have a URL or a domain name already purchased. So that way, when we launch the website, it's very quick. It's very easy for us to do that. Number 4 here is your contact information, specifically for your marketing, your sales team. Most website designers are going to set up a call to action with some sort of form fill or Calendly, so that way leads can come directly to you. The problem is a lot of companies don't know where to send these leads to, what email to send these to. So my recommendation, like set up an email account. You can set up like info@mycompany.com, and then we can direct all leads to there. But you should have a general idea on where you want those leads to go. That's a very small one, but it's a very important one. If you have these 4 things, it's ultimately going to make it a lot easier for us to run with your project rather than walk with it. And ultimately, everyone's going to have a better experience on the project. So pretty simple stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully these things are a little bit informative for those of you considering hiring a web design agency. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in my DMs on Twitter or LinkedIn. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'm Cameron, and we'll see you.